Okay, we'll play the final over best of 7. The referee will be John Van Danden. Well done, John. Now, this is the 45th holding of the tournament, and in 1988, Sue Martin made the highest break in its history of 75. And 30 years later, Jessica Woods made the second highest break that had ever been made in the tournament with a 67. Well, earlier in the round robin stages, Lily Meldrum made a break of 70, and in the semi-final just completed, Jessica Woods made a break of 68. So they now own the second and third highest breaks in the history of the tournament. Well done. So we look forward to a very high standard final. We ask only that the spectators here pay close attention so that nobody is disturbing the players in any way, including making sure that your mobile phone is turned off. There's no scheduled break, but if both players, need 10 minutes at any stage, don't hesitate to let your referee know. The electronic scoreboard here is for you people to see. The people sitting at home watching on the live streaming, the camera's facing that way and they get the score running across the bottom of the screen. So I hope that you'll bear with me for any mistakes I make along the way, and I leave you in the capable hands of your referee. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon and welcome to this the final of the Australian National Women's Snooker Championship for 2024. My name is Peter Tankard and I'm joined in commentary by local hero and organiser Julie Watson. Hi Julie.
Hi Peter, thank you very much for your kind welcome and thank you for coming along and helping us out today.
No, I'm delighted to help, but what an exciting final this is in prospect. I think we've got the two best female cueists in Australia in a generation playing off against each other here.
100% and totally agree with you. Amazing cueists and great people and somebody I certainly aspire to be like.
Who do you fancy?
Well, Jess and Lil have come up against each other a number of times, and I believe that Jessie has taken most of the titles out, but Lily showed last year in the final of the 2023 Australian Championships her grit and determination. So,
and if I might add, she did the same thing in the billiards this year against a hapless finalist. Who might that have been, Julie?
Well, it was me, and
I thought so.
It came down to the last minute, and Lily pipped me by 9 points in an incredible display of grit and determination that she had.
It was extraordinary because she was fighting both you and the clock. And everybody who was watching was saying, come on, hurry up, Lily. She never hustled. She never rushed. She just stayed deliberate and on the shot. And it was really quite a display of temperament from one so young. And, I mean, when you get to see Lily play, you will be amazed at the cue action because it's just flawless. But what amazes me more for somebody who's 16 years old is the demeanour and the temperament. She's so organised and determined on the table.
Absolutely. The thing that impressed me with Lily playing billiards was she's an exceptional snooker player. Generally doesn't play billiards, but you could see that she was deliberately playing billiard shots, which for a snooker player it's not natural, but she really made an attempt to play good billiard shots, and it just shows that in another year or two, and I think you said it with the speeches on Thursday, a world champion in the making for sure.
Certainly, if she dedicated herself to billiards, she'd be a world champion. But of course, in snooker, there's a bit more competition. A lot of the girls in Asia, the Thai girls, Nutrat Wonghangatai, genius, absolute genius, and of course, a lot of the girls in the UK. So Lily is stepping up from juniors to open events, and that will be interesting to watch in the next few years. I think she's a world champion in the making. So Lily's from Queensland and Jess is almost from Queensland?
Yeah, so Jess plays in the Queensland state titles. She's from Tweed Heads, just on the border. It's a lot further for Jess to go to the state titles in New South Wales, so much easier logistically wise to play for Queensland, but technically New South Wales.
Yes.
So they've met each other a number of times in the Queensland state titles and tournaments alike, so they know each other well.
So in fact the most inexperienced person in the final is in fact the referee, John Van Zanden. This is his first national snooker final. Both the other girls have been in multiple ones before.
His first title, but John's always there to support the women, and he was actually at the titles last year as well. Correct that he didn't referee the final, but he certainly refereed his fair share of snooker players in Albury last year. So he's always at every event, and we love seeing John around. He's a great staple to the snooker and billiards scene.
So traditional feeling out period here. Both these girls respect the potting abilities of the other, so they're not going to take on outlandish shots because they're both capable of knocking in very large breaks. So you'll see a traditional feeling out period here. Ooh, don't think she's obscured the edge of that ball yet. Maybe she has. I think Lily can just find the edge there. Should be trying to bring the red back into the balk area. Did I say red? I meant the white.
You'll notice with Lily, with both players really, just so methodical in their approach to the ball.
Yeah, Lily looks like she's got like a formal process that she goes through. Jess takes it a little bit more as she sees it and feels the shot. That one played with drag. It's a hold for the black. I think we'll get a good shot here of Lily's cue action. Shot to nothing here, I think.
A shot to nothing, Pete, just for those that are watching snooker for the first time, shot to nothing is having a go at a pot, but that might be a little bit dubious, but also leaving a little bit safe if it didn't pay off.
Basically, she's played for a colour without really putting herself at risk of leaving a good potter like Jess in amongst the balls. So now she has a decision about whether she's just going to cash out a brown ball or play for position. She will be playing for position, I think, because she won't get as many opportunities against Jess as she does against some of the other girls. Oh no. Wrong call. Safety first from Lily. So, Julia, to be fair to say that there weren't a lot of upsets in this tournament?
No, if I was a betting person, I think I would have put my money on it being a Lily and Jess grand final for sure. It's fantastic to see them here both and performing exactly like we thought they would, which was as true champions.
This is a bit of a pressure shot here. This can go wrong. She's got to find a path to safety from here. Well done. left a half chance for Jess here, which she might play firmly. Yeah. Been a bit stiff there, I think. That should have left a pink or a blue, but looks like they're obscuring each other. Such a fascinating phase of the game when they're deciding between defence and attack.
Correct. And both of them are so capable once they take the breaks off of knocking in some really good breaks, really good consecutive shots.
Class shot.
Good, confident play by Jess there.
Goes back on the blue spot because the pink spot's occupied by red. So a little screw back here for the blue. Or if she goes too far, maybe the pink. Pink it is. Maybe a bit straight on that. She needs a bit of angle to work with to get down to the reds again, but she should be quite confident about potting the ball. It's really a question of position.
Just while Jess is having a bit of a look at that, I'll take the opportunity to mention our major sponsor for this year, being Letink. They produce the most beautiful furniture, jewellery and many, many other products. So if you get an opportunity, go to letink.com.au. That's LATINK.com.au. It's a Melbourne-based company that manufacture all of their own goods, and yeah, drop in and say hi or have a look at their website. Some beautiful products there, and very big supporters of the women's sport in Victoria, not just.
Ooh. So she was queuing very low on that, and it appears a little too low. So just a safety here from Lily, going around behind the black and back to walk. While there's a potable red, it doesn't really lead anywhere, so
Jess might play another shot to nothing here if she gets the opportunity.
queuing low again, so playing with screw or drag at least.
It's worked out fairly well.
Yeah, that red above the red closest to the white might be on, but again it doesn't really lead anywhere, and the queuing is very hampered. So Lily's from Queensland now, but she was from Tasmania, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
What's the story there?
I actually don't know the full story with that, but I first met Lily in 2022 at the Australian 8-Ball Championships, and I saw her play at the ripe old age of 14, and I thought that this girl is extraordinary and will go a long way. I'd heard rumours that she was a good snooker player, and I didn't see her play snooker until the following year, being last year at the Australian Championships, and just so impressed. And you can see it now. She's just so methodical, so robot-like in everything that she does, and it's
Right. Well, we're going to see what she can do right now. She's got such an unflappable demeanour. I mean, you wouldn't know looking at her whether she's made the shot or missed the shot.
Too true.
Get a load of this cue action.
Doesn't move a muscle, just not a hair on her head moves when she cues through. It's just the most beautiful cueing action.
So she's high on the black here, so she can come on and off the cushion to attack the reds directly above the black, if that's the way she wants to go. Looks like she's stunning around the corner. Just makes it.
Red.
So it looks like she's top spinning this off 2 cushions for position on black. 1, 2.
Nine.
I think she should be thinking about colliding with the red directly above the black.
So aside from Latink as being our major sponsor this year, we've also got our major sponsor, which is the Victorian Government. They've been very generous in supplying a grant, the Significant Events Grant for this event, which has allowed us to... that was a bit of a miss.
That was an unexpected miss.
She'll be kicking herself on that one.
She didn't get good position on the previous shot. She was a little further away than she wanted.
Giving it Jess a little bit of an in now, so be interesting to see what Jess does with this now.
Screw on and off the cushion here. Gorgeous.
Right. Nine.
Hit with real authority there. A little low on this black, so the white's going to get away from her a little bit.
Will she try and break the reds out a little bit here, Peter, or just try and make the black?
It looks like, well, I think you've called it right. Where she's queuing, it looks like that, but no. Oh. I think she's left the red closest to the blue on.
Mr. Woods. No.
Both players just trying to find their rhythm at the moment.
So Jess's path to this final was relatively uneventful, you could say. I don't think she dropped a frame on the way here.
Correct.
She dropped 1 frame, I'm sorry. I'm corrected by Dr. Shelley Ames. Yes, you're right. She did. She dropped 1 frame to Joey Tomei from New South Wales. The first frame.
From Victoria.
From Victoria.
From
now,
Victoria. Yes, she is.
Well, she was from New South Wales.
She was. We claim her as our own now.
What was the transfer fee?
Employment.
And I don't remember receiving that fee.
Yes, and for those of you that don't know, Peter is very proudly from New South Wales.
Absolutely.
And we're very actually very lucky to have Peter with us today, helping out in the commentary.
Well, I was asked to come down for the billiards, as you know, Julie, but managed to stay on for the snooker, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've got to tell you, it's just been a revelation as to the quality of the field and the players.
Thank you. Yes, we're really proud with how everything's come together this
Well,
tournament.
what a great tournament. I mean, you've got record entries, so you had 24, I think, for the snooker, and you had nearly double the previous best for the billiards, which was 17. Now, some of the snooker players are using the billiards event as a bit of a warm-up, but certainly billiards is growing amongst the women's community, and that's something that we want to encourage.
I think the billiards is growing in general in Victoria. I'm not sure what it's doing in New South Wales, but
Same.
we've definitely got a little bit of a momentum going with the billiards. They're trying something new with what we call a tier system in Victoria, which has been developed by a few billiards enthusiasts in Steve Misford, Leonard Sintar, David Pitt, Don Richter. They've all been instrumental on giving billiards a new lease of
What a
life
lovely
in
pot.
Victoria. What a beautiful pot, Jess.
Yep.
So
Played with drag just to slow the ball down.
there's a very
fit in
open
that little
table
window.
after this now, so
Yep.
it'll be interesting to
It's just
see
a
what
question
she
of how to get
does.
there. Sometimes it's hard to get position out of these balls right in the pocket mouth. You get tangled up in the jaws, but just done pretty well there getting back out again.
Right.
Just looking at the blue, which is not in bad shape to get back to those reds. So thinking 3 shots ahead here. Red, blue, red. Struck very positively, but unfortunately
Eight.
just offline a little. Well, nobody really dominating yet. Now, I first heard about Lily when I think she was 12 years old, and she was runner-up in the World Under-16 Championship to, I think, one of the Thai girls. But and 12 years old, and she's runner-up in the Under-16s. I mean, that's impressive. Oh, dead unlucky there. I think she snookered on everything. Oh, that's a disaster. And especially with the table so open. Yeah, I think John's convinced she snookered on everything. Oh no, she could see the brown.
Just a nice safe shot there from Lily. Not what she wanted to do, but
No.
she's redeemed herself pretty well with that
Well,
safety
she
shot.
didn't make a bad situation worse.
That's correct.
Well, this is an opening. She's got a bit of work to do with 2 reds on the top cushion. On the last roll. Is that pink on past the red?
It's pretty close.
Missed by a lot further than she's been missing in the last couple of days. Knocked in a very elegant 70 break yesterday. quite a weekend for Lily if she picked up the double.
Yeah, I'm tipping it would be the first time that's been done, although I don't know that.
Well, given that we've only had 4 runnings of the National Women's Billiards, I think you'd know. So yes, it would be the first time it's been done. And in fact, this was the first time that a non-Victorian has won the Australian National Billiards.
Correct. I think we'll have to get back to the drawing board on that one and try and get the title back here. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of noise in the background, so hopefully that doesn't distract people too much. So let us know on your comments if it's too loud or there's not much we can do about the music, but we'd just like to know your comments if possible.
Well, big opening here. This should be... So, real opportunity here. Doesn't have to do much with the cue ball, basically just hold it. Yep. So Jess has just fitted her mini butt extension onto the cue to extend the reach. Took a lot of time on that, and maybe didn't have enough cue there. Maybe she needed a slightly longer extension. She was slightly stretching for that. So 13 points in the difference, and Lily's decided she needs something a bit bigger. Lily likes to drift these ones in so that the ball just reaches the pocket and trickles in. She's a wonderful judge of pace.
These tables are running quite quick too, so you can get away with doing that. They've just newly reclothed a couple of days ago. You can see there she put nearly 0 pace on it and still ended up halfway up to the blue spot, so it's very fast.
So if she takes the black on here, she will be kicking this red. Decided discretion's the better part of valor here, so just hide the white ball. It shows you the respect that she has for Jess. All week she's been attacking lesser players, but she knows she's in for a match here. So Jess has won this title 7 times. Lily only 1, but at 16 years old she's got plenty of these in the tank.
Will she go for another safety shot here, do you think?
Shot to nothing, I think. Red pot and hide the ball up this end of the table, walk end of the table. Okay, now we're at an interesting part of the game. There's only 1 red left on the table. She can get an easy snooker here. Tap the green and just line up the pink and black, or she can try and attack. I think she'll probably play the safety snooker. Tell me about the interpretation of the foul and miss rule for the women. I've seen in the past, some years ago, I came along to one of these and was didn't want that, but has black come to the aid? Yes, it has, and the green's rolled into position.
Probably
as well.
worked better for Lily. It's
Yeah,
much more traffic there for Jess to get out
it's
of
put
now.
the pink in the way as well. So this is a toughie, and hard to get it safe from here too. There'll be lots of ball collisions even if she hits it.
So the foul and miss rules got a lot of controversy attached to it, particularly at league level, and
Yes.
and it will always create disagreements. I do think that it's an essential part of the rules. It's just very difficult to interpret the rule properly as what is a genuine attempt.
Julie, you've been a champion pool player. What's your view about whether we should adopt the pool rule of ball anywhere on the table if you make a foul?
So in the pool so that's only just come into international rules, and I haven't played a huge amount of it because world rules wasn't like that. It was 2 shots from behind the balk line. The international rules now has 1 shot anywhere on the table. I don't mind them, and I guess I don't know. Is it on the cards to change the rules
No,
to
I don't.
snooker?
I don't think it is. But I'm just saying that to me that seems an eminently sensible rule.
Absolutely, it would
And
certainly
you
stop.
see that? Oh gosh! Now, how close can you get? Now, this is what I'm talking about. How you call this? How you call these fouls and misses? Now, that's a full ball snooker again. So there's no need for a putback, but she's putting it back anyway because she's been offered. But she didn't actually have to do that.
And the thing with that is that gives a psychological advantage to Lily. The more she puts it back, the more that Jess may get frustrated,
Yes.
or it could work the opposite, where Jess knows exactly where she hit it before and will adjust it slightly according. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, the ideal is to flick off the left edge of this and come back this side of the black, but such a hard shot.
Oh,
that's
what a
it.
great
That's exactly
shot.
the one. Was a fabulous shot.
What a great shot.
Unlucky that it's ended up near the pocket, but that was exactly the shot she was trying to play.
I saw Jess do a couple of them earlier in the semi-final, and there was a whole pack of reds, and she just missed him by a cigarette paper and hit the pink, and she was put back, called foul and miss, and it was put back, and she missed him by exactly the same amount and hit the pink again, and it's, you wouldn't be able to do that again if you tried, but no, she did it again. So
Well, what I've seen, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I don't know how far you go back in these national championships, but I'm seeing a more liberal interpretation of the foul and miss rule in this year. That is, in the past, they habitually called foul and miss, even if the girls were not up to the standard of getting out of a snooker off 2 cushions. They'd still call it foul and miss. But this year they seem to be a lot more judicious and doing what the rule requires them to do, which is take into account the ability of the player.
in the round, you're right. As far as the round robin goes, they definitely took the ability of the player into consideration. But from the finals onwards, it was all, if you missed it, it was a foul and a miss.
From the knockouts onwards, you mean?
Pretty much, my experience was that it was virtually all foul and a miss. But some of the girls might tell me a little bit different, but from what I saw, it was all a foul and a miss.
Right. I wonder if that's been a policy or just the way that it's worked out, or perhaps simply that as the rule requires, you take into account the player's ability, and the players in the last 4 certainly were a very high ability.
I've got Shelley Ames sitting near me at the moment, and apparently they have interpreted the rule exactly as it was intended, which took the
Well,
player's ability
look at
into
this.
it. So.
Was it? I mean, we've had some farcical situations in the past of players of not much ability at all being called continually for misses.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of controversy at league level, that's for sure.
ones that get me are in the pro snooker where somebody has a mad lash and they disturb 12 balls, and then it takes 20 minutes and a video camera to put everything back in place. Now, nobody would make an intentional miss if you had ball in hand a la pool, i.e. anywhere on the table. Nobody, no pro would make an intentional miss if Ronnie was allowed to pick up the white ball and put it anywhere he wants.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Peter. Very good point. And I guess if we did have an opportunity to have our say, that's exactly what would sell it. It's
it's just one of the look at this. Oh, this is good. This is good. Did he get it? No, she's just hit the jaw and come out. Otherwise, she had a very difficult snooker.
In the frame yesterday with Kylie, I was playing Kylie, and the very same ref, John Van Zanden, he had to re-spot the balls after a foul and miss, and just said, well, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, that's right. Lily sizing up whether she can see a fine edge. If she can, she'll try and bring the white ball back down towards the pink ball. Caught a bit much of it. Didn't get it fine enough.
Looks like it's leaving Jess right over the black there.
The black's come to her rescue there. This is very difficult cueing.
And she certainly won't be able to hold it very well from there either.
No, she can't. She has to play it topspin.
Just 10 points the difference at the moment. It looks like a little bit of a tentative start for both players.
Yep. But it's good snooker to watch, isn't it? It's 10 in the difference, 25 on the table. Look at this cue action. This drives me nuts. Kid's 16 years old. So Lily also competes in the juniors against the boys and beats them up, and then comes along and competes against the senior women.
Comes and beats us up, that's for sure.
Now, parts of the final here, Jess managed to get up 4-0 against the very talented Carly Tate from New South Wales. So we were guaranteed at least one of the Blues supporters in the final, because we had an all New South Wales semi-final. And that was a 4-0 scoreline, and in Lily's case, she was playing Kathy Howden, and I think the scoreline was 4-1 there. Look at this. This is a very good snooker. Is that side pocket in the way of her angle there? Looks like it might be. Yeah, she'll be put back here. And I think she went as close as she dared to that side pocket. So now she's got a bit of a conundrum.
For those of you that are listening back home, apparently the home score was put on the wrong person, so that's been fixed up now, so apologies for that. We've
7 points in the difference.
That's correct.
If you're viewing, please tell us where you're from and what your views are about who's going to win. And tell us about your exposure to either one of these two champions. Maybe they beat you in a league competition. Oh. Now she's gone the far side of the pocket. This is tricky. This is tricky. Now she can play a little backspin to widen the angle off the cushion. The topspin's making it come through a bit more, which is why she didn't connect. Why she connected with the brown there. So a little lower on the cue ball, and she should get there. 2 points in the difference now. Same result.
No, it is. We know on the clock.
Frustrating. And now we get into this strange situation where John, having called the first miss by not very much, almost has to keep calling the same thing because it wouldn't look consistent if he didn't. This is the trap you end up with these foul and misses for the referee. Now this is going to be critical where the green is. I don't think that's right because he was able to get past the green. Oh, he hasn't set the green yet. Okay, now he's setting the green.
I think it was down towards the end, out.
Now I'll remind you that in the past, Jess has gone past the green and hit the brown, so he needs to set it up so that that's possible. That could be close.
The thing with John is he's, because they've moved 3 balls, is they've got to do it to the best of their ability, and then they really do rely on both the players to
two
give
cushions
to their
this time. Okay.
to give their best idea of where the balls were, and
Well done, Jess.
Yeah, it was a great shot by Jess.
Yeah. So she finally abandoned the 1 cushion escape and went for what I think is probably a bit more reliable, the 2 cushion escape.
Scoring's now fixed, so thanks guys for keeping us honest on the live stream.
Did she play for that? It was a courageous shot if she did. Oh, the goalkeeper kept that out.
I think the nerves are really showing for both of them.
Yeah. Fascinating, isn't it? Because they haven't been under pressure all week and then they have to play each other.
Just want to give a little bit of a shout out to Sam Malcolm, who did the billiards at the Pacific International.
Oh yeah, did a fantastic job.
3 weeks or so, and John had big shoes to. John Moss Photography had big shoes to fill, and have come along and made a fabulous setup here today. So thanks, John. Thanks, Sam. And it's some really good live stream happening at the moment, so that we can show all of you guys at home.
Julie, would there be any argument in the snooker community that these 2 players are the best 2 players in a generation?
No argument whatsoever. We do have a few good female players, but there's just these 2 are just a step above everybody else.
I think Jess is the first woman to make a century in competition.
And she's made 2 of them, 120 and 121, which is extraordinary. So just in case anybody thought that the first one was a fluke, which obviously 120 break isn't, but she backed it up with a second century break. So
yes. So it's hard to imagine. I mean, Jess was, she's won 7 of these, I think 6 or 7 on the trot, and to be facing some competition from a younger player must be quite a change for her.
Especially when Jess is still only in her 20s as well, and a veteran of the game. So
yeah, this could be good. Look at this. Look at this pace. Oh, Oh, just a bump on the blue.
5 points difference. Every single shot's critical at this point.
Yep. And they'd both love to get the first one on the board. Very measured safety there.
Great safety, Lily.
Great safety. Not easy to do much with this. Fabulous shot. Now this one is tricky. The brown ball is in the middle of the table, and so there's a lot of ways to miss this. It's on as a 2-cushion shot via the green spot, if you like. Which is the way she's looking. This has the advantage that if she misses, she'll miss by a way. Super shot.
Fabulous shot.
Super shot.
Fabulous shot. As you've already seen in this frame, the potential of being put back, being called a foul and a miss was very real to Lily then. It was a crucial shot for her, and she pulled it off perfectly. It's left a little bit open now, so it'll be interesting to see what
Big
Jess
drag
does
shot
with
here.
this.
So cute at the bottom of the ball just to retard its forward motion. Now she's got an edgy blue cut that doesn't lead to a natural pink. So, and she does need the pink. So she's elected to be in strife, which she's done very successfully.
And this is another really difficult snooker to get out of. Whilst it looks easy, it's a very big table and a big area for mistakes.
And the ball being close to the pocket, any miss could be frame over. So really has to hit it. Thinks it's on. Doesn't think the middle pocket is in the way. We'll soon find out. She's right. Unlucky there to leave that, but Jess still needs the pink.
So Jess will probably just pull it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Go back to the centre pocket that she's queuing over. She looks like she's putting a little bit of left-hand top on.
Well, she's been ambitious. Left the double, which gives her a natural safety on the top rail anyway.
What do I know? That's
yeah, what do any of us know?
Again, it's that shot to nothing, Peter.
Yep. So white ball to the top rail, pink ball out in the open. Lily under some pressure here. Such a clever shot. One of the safest places on the table is in the middle of the short rails.
I suspect Lily wanted the white ball harder up on the rail that Jess is standing at, just make it that little bit more difficult. Caught the draw on the way through and has left it in the middle of the table, but
there's no problem as long as the pink's safe. The priority is always getting the object ball safe in these situations. Pace is everything here.
Looks like Jess has done exactly the same thing. Good pace there.
Really good pace. Nothing easy here. Second thoughts from Lily.
Very difficult shot there.
Yep, anything past the middle pocket is fine. Doesn't want that to keep going.
Still an incredibly tough ball there. It is potable, but it's
Nobody's going to take that on.
no. No. Another good safety shot coming up from
Yep.
Lil. She might have just run it just that little bit too far.
Risky to take on, isn't it? I mean, if you take it on, the potting pace is almost dead weight, so you're likely to leave it. So Jess has a decision to make here. Playing at the bottom of the ball, so it looks like she might be attempting it. Crept past the pocket.
Do you think Lily will have a go at this one, or do you think she'll try for the safety? She's been playing fairly
Conservatively, hasn't she?
She
She hasn't been
has.
aggressive. She's very measured. So I think it'll be a safety. Ideally, a snooker on the black. Needs to dodge that. Okay. And I think the pink has just rolled back into view. Ever so slightly overhead. Wants this to keep going, wants this to keep going.
certainly not potable from there, but she can see a little bit of the ball.
Yep, she can see about 3/4 of the ball. So containing safety here and try and get the white ball back up here to the balk end. Oh, no, she's just split them. So she has left the double here, and it's a relatively safe double in that Jess can get back down behind the black if she misses. So she can have almost a free kick at this. And makes the triple. And wins the first frame. So first blood to Jess.
It was a good, tough
dogfight,
frame.
wasn't
It certainly was a very good, tough frame to kick off the final of the Australian 2024 Australian Women's Snooker Championship.
Absolutely.
We might let John set the balls up and switch the mics off for a little bit and go and grab ourselves a drink.
Six. Seven. Twelve. Thirteen.
Welcome back to the second frame. First opportunity to Jess. So casts her eyes to the heaven. The pink may not be on. Welcome back to the second frame. First opportunity to Jess. Okay, it was there. She was just concerned about the position.
26.
Black's effectively out of action.
Seven.
Fabulous shot. Yes. Both these players will warm up as the match progresses. Get over those first frame nerves. Got a thin cut on this red. I think she'll still take it on because the white ball will come back up here to the balk end. And if she misses, she won't leave anything close. So a bit of hit and run snooker here. She's they've both been in a bit of a pattern of hit and run. So just going for the extension. She would know her cueing length pretty well. There's a lot of cue through the hand here, but she might prefer it to try to use the rest. Again, shot to nothing pace. Bit of a chance here for Lily. If she hits it with pace, it'll go, the white ball will careen into the pack of reds. Perfect, look at that. Cueing's not easy here, and a lot of the ladies do struggle because of height on some of these longer shots, but that's very clever. She's just bumped that red to leave another one.
Right.
Looking to see if there's a pathway for the black between the reds. I don't think there is.
She'll either take the reds to the left of the black to get out of that area.
Yeah. Might have to hit it with a bit of pace too. So not an easy shot. Cueing over a ball.
Apologies for the noise in the background, folks. It's the
Well, we
general
are in a
area.
bar, yes, that's right.
So
No luxury of a commentary booth here.
no, that's right. No, be assured it's very quiet in the playing room, though.
Yes, so they're in a glass enclosed space down there, and they can't hear all of the noise. They can hear some of it.
That's a
What a
wonderful
great
pot.
Now, Alec, you'd be very pleased with the result of this tournament.
Oh, look, the support, both from the players and the spectators and the sponsors, have been amazing. I think we're treading new ground here.
Well, we were talking about the entry numbers, and none of the current players can recall a field of 24 before. So that's something. It might be a record. I don't think our records extend as far as knowing the number of entrants each year, but certainly there's a lot of entries this year. 17 in the billiards and 24 in the snooker. Fantastic result. Credit to the VBSA for putting it on.
Jessica's been playing all through this tournament with a lot of authority, the way she strikes the ball, and you'll notice that every time she plays a shot. And she looks very confident, don't you think, Peter, going around the table?
Very, very. And getting a bit of fluency going as well now, so I think the first frame was a bit of a feeling out for both of them. It's amazing to think that the combined age of both of these players is less than 40.
That's That's a really good point, Peter.
Combined age.
That's
And they're
amazing.
the two best in the country.
Yeah.
By some distance.
Yeah.
By some distance.
Yeah, that's very encouraging.
Yeah, very encouraging.
And the number of people who are here today,
Yeah.
a lot of them younger players watching,
Yep.
something to aspire to as well.
Well, that's right. Lily's not the youngest in the field.
No, it's amazing.
It's fantastic.
We've had some very strong players from Paul in the earlier rounds. Joey Toomey held herself to get through to the quarters very well.
Yes, she did. Took a frame off Jess.
Yeah, took a frame off Jess, right?
First frame.
Yeah.
Would have liked to have been an inch or so higher on that one, but it's salvageable. Might consider screwing into them at this stage. She's got a very significant lead and she could close it out here, but taking a risk, does she let Lily back in if she misses the black? That's the question. So she wants to give this one double effort.
Yeah, I think you were right there, Peter. If she was a bit higher up, she'd have more control of the white.
Yeah.
And gesticulating there that she wasn't really happy with the outcome. But she's done really well. I mean,
Look at the way Lily considers the table. She is so professional in her approach.
She doesn't even seem to be focusing on the score.
She
She's playing the
doesn't, no.
table,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
brilliant.
It's just unflappable.
Yeah.
Really unflappable.
There's 67 on the table. She's 49 behind, and she's playing as if it's the first ball. What a lovely attempt.
Yeah. Was she squeezing a plant there?
I
Yeah,
think she
must
was.
have been, yeah.
It didn't. It's difficult to tell from here, Peter, but yes, I think you're right. She was playing off the angles. But she was lovely on the black for the next shot.
So safety here from Jess. Go for the safety of the walk end. Doesn't want a collision. No, it's worked out okay.
Actually, that yellow has become a very large ball.
It
hasn't it,
has
Peter?
been- that's a very worthwhile ball. So a bit of a stroke of luck there for Jess.
But again, like you said, Peter, Lily's studying the table first.
Yep.
And then taking
Doesn't-
considered view. Never flap.
No.
Doesn't look very flappable at all.
No, she doesn't. Risk of leaving a red over the left corner pocket as we're
She's
looking
playing
at it
below
here.
to go below it.
She
And
is too.
that's
Clever
lovely.
shot.
That's a lovely shot. And recognition from Jessica as well, which is lovely to see.
Yep. There's a shot to nothing here, but she might just play a simple safety.
She's trying to get behind the green.
No damage.
As the game progresses this way, the longer the safety goes, usually the better for the player in front, because balls tend to go safe. As you can see,
Yes.
3 reds have now got on the cushion. What a lovely pot.
So she's had to pluck something out.
Yes. In fact, one of the only 2 potable balls.
Yes.
Lovely shot.
Big shot here.
Made sure of that. Wanted to
She
bank that
did.
shot. Didn't risk trying to get the position on the red near the cushion. Left herself an option in the middle.
Well, she's got a big deficit now, so she's more or less forced to attack.
That's right. Tricky shots. What a
Look
lovely
at
shot.
this. Yeah, intentionally bumped the pink there. Was trying to get a little fuller on the bump, but knew she was colliding with the pink and just tried to calculate the right angle from there.
So 40 behind with this pink coming up.
Not happy with her setup, so stands up and resets. Beautiful to watch.
Beautiful delivery.
Very confident rolling the balls in at dead weight.
Yes.
You want to be playing on a good table. And in fact, I think if there's one thing that Lily might consider, or she's perhaps just not there in terms of development, is that you look at the professional players and they'll often play a stun run through rather than a trickle into the pocket.
Absolutely.
Because it's leaving less. If you trickle the ball in and miss it, you've left it over the corner.
Yeah, it's a very good point, but also you're prone to deceleration.
Yes, you
So
are.
whereas
It's
if
hard
you-
to hit a soft shot confidently, isn't it?
Yes. So there's 34 points in it.
Yep. A little bit of a safety bout coming up here, I think.
I think you're right, Peter. And that's a lovely shot.
Yeah, so she's kept all the balls grouped together and then tried to hide the white ball.
Yep.
Very clever shot. She's
What do you think she'll play here? She'll play skim off
trickle.
the red or
No,
trickle up
I
behind
think
it?
she'll trickle up. None
Yeah,
of them
I
are in
think so
potable
too.
positions,
Yeah.
and it's a big target off one cushion,
Yeah.
off the top cushion. So No, I'm wrong.
They were saying it's
Commentator's curse.
probably not a bad aggressive shot when you're that far in front, because the return shot from Lily would have been an easy run off the side of the reds again, and maybe ended up in more trouble behind those colours.
Yes.
But the standard of play here is amazing. Look, I mean, we're talking about a 16-year-old here, considering everything
Yeah.
before she's taking a shot. It's
Yeah.
inspiring.
Yeah, and as I've said, get a load of this cue action. Look how straight that is. Elbow in alignment. I mean, she just like the complete package.
Yeah.
I've not seen one like her in my time in
Really?
Australian snooker. No.
Yeah, it is fantastic.
Yeah.
So it looks like she's going for this one. And I can see why, because you've got
Yes.
two reds safe and a blue safe.
Yes. So Lily is unlikely to run out from here, but
She's overcut that a bit.
probably got away with it.
Fortune favours the brave, Peter.
So they say.
There's an opportunity here, though, for Lily to open these reds and run safe.
So that's Lily's game, is to get those reds back into play,
Yeah,
and Jess's game is to hide the reds.
that's right. So whilst going for a pot might mean you don't leave it on, you give control to the other player.
Yeah.
I'm a bit surprised by hitting those so thin. But she's got a very good white.
And the reds look to be obscuring each other.
I think the brown's in the way as well, maybe.
Yep. Pink's obscuring the red in the middle.
Is it?
Yep.
You've got a better view, so she really doesn't have much of a shot. Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, what an
what a
amazing shot.
What a shot from there.
What a great shot. It wasn't obscured.
Yeah. Fabulous
Well,
aggressive
that
shot.
actually could be the game winner.
That could be certainly the frame winner. I don't want to
Yeah, sorry,
write off
frame. Yeah.
right off our young compatriot just yet. She's
No,
too
no,
good
when
for
I
that.
game as in frame.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, not match. So a bit of control here. Don't decelerate. And she did.
Oh.
She did.
She did.
Yeah.
But look at the position.
Oh, that now
Now
you'd be
Lily's doing
expecting
the
a sizable return
calculations.
here.
Lily's doing the calculations. So 43 on the table. If she takes blacks with each red. More than enough to get there.
Yep. The blue may be a bit
Blue's
of a
the-
saviour,
Yeah.
because you'd expect quite a few points from here. Oh, this is lovely. This is beautiful.
What a great shot.
What a shot.
The pace control, she was coming across the line there. The pace control had to be absolutely perfect. It was. Now it looks like she's stunning for another black. On and off the cushion.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that was a golden chance.
Well, colour
Well.
red.
Yep. All that's required now. Very positive strike from Jess there.
She's dropped her shoulders a bit. She wanted an angle, but she can just drop this in and leave herself a long yellow.
Yep.
She's going for the power. There you go. Beautiful strike.
It was game ball anyway, so
Yeah, exactly.
why not? Well, Jess would be happy with this start. Lily would be asking herself some questions.
Oh, what a lovely strike.
Yeah. Jess's confidence is growing. We're starting to see what she can really do. Lily yet to find her feet. Well, not been allowed to find her feet, I think, more likely, Alex.
Yeah, I
She's-
tend to agree. I think she's
yeah.
been very, very sure of herself, Jess, all
Yep.
week. And this is just another example of that.
Yep.
Speaking to her off the table, she's very relaxed.
Very
Nice,
relaxed.
very
I had a cup of coffee with her
yeah,
before.
it's
And
amazing, isn't it?
yeah. I said, what do you do to get up for the final? She said, I just turn up.
She's just knocked in a double blue like it didn't really
yeah, that's
matter.
right. Yes, make no mistake, viewers, both of these players are genuine world-class players. They feature in the final 8 in most of the world events that they compete at.
Oh, what a lovely shot. Well played,
Casual
Jess.
as you like, Jess.
Casual as you like. That's right, Peter. Very true. Very good game.
Jump me out. Viewers, we're going to have a bit of a change in the commentary. Julie Watson comes back and she has a special guest in Tammy Lindrum, Vice President of the VBSA and one of the sponsors of this event and many others, and obviously a member of the famed Lindrum family. So we're going to see if we can convince Tammy to join us for a chat. But Julie Watson will be leading that, and I'll join you again later. Thank you.
Thanks everyone for your patience. Julie Watson back with you. Frame 3 in the Australian Women's National Snooker Championships, and I'm gratefully joined here with Tammy Lindrum. Welcome,
Hi.
Tammy.
Thanks, Julie. It's really good to be here, and I've just been informed by this rowdy crowd that we have here that I'm watching snooker and not billiards.
Because billiards is, your family name is actually synonymous with the billiards. If you'd like to elaborate, which I'm sure everyone knows, but...
So, yeah, I'm the great niece of Walter Lindrum, but what people do forget is that my late father was a world champion snooker player as well. So I'm blessed to be across both games. It's a fantastic sport, and it's so good to see so many women participating in the sport.
So your turn soon, Tammy?
Yes, Julie, when you make some time to coach me.
Tammy is carrying on the Lindrum legacy by her proud sponsorship of these events through Lindrum Legends. If you haven't checked out the Lindrum Legends Facebook page, get on there soon. There's some amazing information there, some great history, some really good biographies from players, and including including information about Dolly Lindrum, that the new Dolly Lindrum Perpetual Trophy was named after, and of course Ruby Roberts and the great Walter Lindrum himself. There's just some amazing history on that Facebook page, so if you haven't yet, be sure to check it out.
Thanks for that, Julie. Also Walter's website, which is walterlindrum.org. We also try and keep that updated as much as possible with what's going on in the world of billiards and snooker. So, but it's really good to see that we're getting good support behind the women in Q Sport. And I just want to make a special mention. I know you mentioned them earlier, but Latink, what they've contributed to this tournament, both the billiards and the snooker, has been amazing. And they're a great Melbourne-based family with a manufacturing plant at Bayswater, and their product range is superb. So I'd encourage everybody to have a look at latink.com as well.
No, that's great, Tammy. That's billiards and snooker isn't the only sport that Latink sponsor. They encourage all women to play all sports, but particularly proud of our women that play the male-dominated sports such as billiards and snooker and soccer. They also sponsor that. So, but back to the reason why we're here in the first place, we've got Jessica Woods and Lily Meldrum battling it out. One frame all, and they've both still haven't let loose completely what they can do, but I'm sure it'll happen before the end of today.
It's amazing to see a 16-year-old Lily coming up the ranks. I know she's a defending champion in snooker, but she took the title off you on Thursday night, Jules.
With the Australian Billiards, yes. She held her nerve and came back strong. I believe I was about 60 points up with about 5 minutes to spare, maybe a little bit longer, but thereabouts. And Lily just, well, she's always been able to out-pop me for a 16-year-old, incredible cueist. And what I was impressed with and scared about mostly in the billiards on Thursday night was that Lily attempted to play billiard shots, which for a snooker player coming across to billiards, that can be difficult to do, but she played some exceptional billiard shots, and where a snooker player would normally just go for the pot, she opted to go for in-offs, and it was clearly the better shot in a lot of cases. But at the moment, Jess has got control of the snooker table, and there's a few reds there that she can start picking off, and Jess is growing in confidence.
Yeah, because how many times has Jess won this?
7 times, I believe. Peter might be able to correct me on that, but I believe it's 7 times. It might even be a little bit more than that, but she's a formidable player, and
she's certainly in form, isn't she?
She is, but she's her own worst critic. If you ask Jess how she's going, she'd be absolutely saying that she can do better. So, but to me, she's looks exceptional at the table.
It's for everybody online, it's amazing to see the numbers that have come down to watch this tournament. This is certainly very, very pleasing to see the numbers here actually watching the live event. And I know that the streaming numbers are also up there. So thank you everybody for your support.
I think we're probably nearing on 60 or 70 people in this room at the moment. That is exceptional for a snooker title, let alone a women's snooker title. So we're very, very proud of that at the VBSA, Hampton RSL.
We've also got George standing behind us from Alcox, so big shout out as well to everything that Alcox contributes to our sport. We wouldn't be where we are without George and his team. So, yeah, big thank you.
I mentioned it earlier with how well the table's running. It's running very fast, but the table's reclothed and given plenty of less than a week ago now, so all testament to the team at Alcox. So again, Lily's played a shot to nothing there. Still playing a little bit tentative.
Yeah, playing safe.
Just got lucky with the leave there. It's
Yeah, nice gesture to Lily as an apology.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it shows a great sportsmanship
Yep.
that these girls have. So, Tammy, this year we played the inaugural Walter Lindrum Open in Sydney. You and I travelled up there to watch the tournament, to participate and watch in the tournament. It was a great event, wasn't it? It was really well received.
It was fantastic, and given that you were the only female participant in that, it was you had everybody trying to give you tips.
Yes, it was an absolute pleasure to be part of world-class field with world champions. Rob Hall was there.
Peter
and
Gilchrist.
Peter Gilchrist, Drew
Gary
Sitwala.
Norman.
It was just such an amazing field, and all of the players were more than generous with their time. So if any of you guys and girls out there have considered giving these large tournaments a go, you're just another name in the crowd. Don't ever be intimidated by these guys. They're more than willing to give you their time of day, and hints if you want them, just a handshake and a hug if that's what you're after too. It's just a really good environment to be part of, and Tammy is the ambassador for the Walter Lindrum name. It was great to have you there as well.
And I no doubt you've talked to everybody about the workshops that you're running, Julie, to build the support from more women coming into Q Sport. So, and it's a real testament, this tournament, this is the most we've had in both the billiards and the snooker. So keep those workshops going. I know you're planning on one hopefully in September.
29th of September we'll have another billiards workshop. We're just working on a venue at the moment, but if there's interest out there, we'll certainly run them for snooker as well. I believe the current state women's snooker champion, Kathy Howden, and myself will be travelling to Bendigo in the very near future as well. We'll catch up with the female players there and see if we can convince some more to come down for the state championships and nationals next year. This year we had Helen Cook come down and participate, which was just fantastic. And hopefully we'll get some more from regional Victoria as the next 12 months pans out.
Now Lily still seems to be playing safe here. Testament to Lily's commitment. She's on a 9:40 p.m. flight back to Brisbane tonight that gets in at midnight. She's back at school tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow night she plays in the Queensland Junior Championships. So she's a future world champion, and her commitment is enormous.
Yeah, it must be tough when you get to 16 and you start getting into the hardest parts of the school years and finding the time to study and practice and
And a cheeky one behind us just said, and boys too.
But so yeah, it must be hard. But
Jessica.
she got lucky with the leave there, though. It's, Could have landed a lot worse with the catching the jaw like that. So just having a look at the program for this year's Nationals, we've got a great little message from the Sports Minister, from the Minister for Tourism, Sport and Major Events, Steve Dimopoulos. So they've been very generous in their support of our tournament this year with a grant from the Significant Events Grant tournament team, and yeah, we've been working hard with them to make sure that we provide everybody with some good viewing and good sportsmanship and some good gifts and prizes and good venues, and yeah, we're really proud of how everything's come along this year. So we'll put the electronic version of the program up on the website before the end of the weekend.
In fact, I think that was the first project we worked on in our new roles, Julie, when we joined the board, was to obtain that this grant from Vic Sport for this tournament. So it was great.
We were very excited by getting that grant. It was very hard fought, but very rewarding that we were able to give the tournament the funding and the attention that it deserves.
I think it's thanks to Vic Sport, All Clocks and Latink that's been able to increase the numbers, and also your workshops that you're doing with the women.
And Billiards Australia offering a $1,000 prize for any century break in billiards was also a really good initiative, and it's generated some interest this year, and they've promised to duplicate that next year, which is really exciting. So you've got cueists like Lily Meldrum and Jessica Woods that may get them over to the dark side of playing billiards more regularly if that carrot is dangled. So thank you very much to Billiards Australia for giving us the opportunity to grow the profile of women's billiards.
And there's Jess just sunk the red. She's on the black. She's on a bit of a run here.
Be interesting to see what red she tries to get on here. She's looking straight into the centre pocket, so maybe just a little stun off the black.
And then straight back onto the red into the centre.
That's the way she's looking, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Ah, will she make...
Tried to get around on it, but...
Not quite where she would have liked it.
She may go back to being a little bit tentative now and run the white back up behind the colours.
Yeah, she's not happy where the white is. Oh no, she sunk the white. Oh, Jess. Just while we're looking at the next setup for Lily, important to note that this is not new. Snooker's not new for women to cue sport. It dates back to the 1800s, and we've got an amazing history of women in cue sports. It's often forgotten. We've certainly managed to publish Ruby Roberts' diary on the Walter Lindrum website, which preserving that history is absolutely amazing. And I would encourage everybody to have a look at what Ruby Roberts did back in the early days of her career in snooker. She was a bit of a phenomenal lady and loved by the men that came to watch her play. So it's really good to see more women coming back to cue sports now.
100%. And with pool, there's been a little bit of a decline in numbers of pool and snooker and billiards since the pandemic. So it's great to see things like this just lift the numbers, and it seems like it's going the complete opposite, where it's picking up momentum and growing quicker than ever. So it's just really, really good to see.
And VBSA, we're lucky that we've managed to also have a donation from Jealous Craig to help us with Club Builder to support juniors coming into cue sports as well, which will be both male and female, but we'll be embarking on that endeavour very soon. So
just looking online, we've got 90 viewers, so it's really good to see so many people checking out the online stream.
yeah, we were just at the RACV before we arrived here, so hope the guys at the RACV are still online and watching as well. And if you are, big shout out to you. This might be a tricky shot for Jess. No, nice, beautiful.
Just take the opportunity to give a bit of a shout out to my team at Baronia RSL, just while we're waiting for Jess to have a bit of a look around. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah,
Beautiful shot,
yeah,
Jess.
Jess is in form. Fine form. I've got Peter Tankard sitting next to me, so I might just check the facts on how many times Jess has won this, Peter. You were right, Julie. 7.
7.
Yep. Oh, Jess, yeah, she's playing very well.
You can see that she's starting to gain in confidence. She knows exactly what shot she's playing next. There's no hesitation.
She's probably playing 2 shots ahead, actually. If you look at the way she's playing, she's probably thinking very strategically.
For sure.
Yeah, very nice.
Good confident shooting, Jess.
Jess is obviously very keen to take the title back off our Lily.
Last year, Jess won the first 2 frames and didn't look like losing, and Lily just came back, just held her nerve, came back, and Jess didn't get another frame after that point, and Lily took out the championship. And I'm sure that Jess has been looking forward to an opportunity to take back the crown.
But you're right, when you look at Lily, she doesn't show any emotion. She's a very steady player. She doesn't let the fact that Jess is ahead impact her game at all, although she is playing what appears to be a very safe game at the moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of snooker still to play, so I'm sure she'll get an opportunity to let loose. I have faith that we've got a lot more to see.
Yeah, frame ball here, Julie. She's playing for the frame.
Correct. So she's on a 36 break now, Jess, and keep on going and see how far she can make it.
So she's 42.
So it just looks like ABC for Jess. For me, it's not a hope that I will ever be this smooth, but it's just beautiful to watch. Good shooting, Jess.
Yeah, very good, Jess.
John Van Zanden doing a flawless job in the refereeing there.
Yeah, our referees are certainly to be commended, aren't they?
Look at that. What a shot. Well done, Jess.
Gee,
Beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
So Jess will be looking at getting her highest break for the tournament and the highest break in the history of the game if I'm not getting too far ahead here.
So highest break is 74. Peter's just confirmed. She's just missed, unfortunately.
That's okay. There'll be another opportunity, I'm sure. What a great 58 break.
Okay, frame 4. Lily to break.
Welcome back, Peter.
Thank you, Julie. Squeezes past the blue and gets a good, aggressive opening shot. She's forcing Jess to play a very fine one, I think, to find a pathway back to balk.
So it'd be interesting to see if we've got the same opening that we had before, Peter, where there was a lot of cat and mouse being played,
Yeah.
whether
Lily's going to have to do something, isn't she? So pressure's actually on Lily to perhaps be a bit more adventurous than she has been. She's been very safety conscious, and Jess has pulled off a couple of great pots to get in.
Correct.
But that's not doing Lily a lot of good if she's behind, and Jess keeps doing that. So she's going to have to push the boat out just a little bit more than she has up to date, so that could work either way.
She's gotten a little bit lucky there, I think, with the safety.
I think that one's
But
on.
will she have to put a little bit of
I think it's on
check
straight.
side on there?
No, I
Right.
think it's on almost straight.
Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to see on the camera.
Well, we don't get all the angles. We're not the BBC here. We've got one commentary position and one camera, so we see essentially what the viewers are seeing as well. And
no
it can be a bit
reflection.
of a guess.
No reflection on the great camera work that's
Oh,
happening
hell no.
here.
No, it's all good.
Great team here from John Moss Photography.
Well, she's back in again. Very confident little stun shot, knowing that the pink would get replaced onto the black spot. So she just held position for red for blue.
Right.
And that pink goes in both pockets, down near the black spot. So
So she's just got to find a red.
probably ended up a little bit higher than what she was
Yeah, she'd
intending
like to be a little bit straighter, I think. I mean, she can hold this for the reds into, as we're looking at it, as the viewers are looking at it, in the right-hand top pocket.
So John Van Zanden just cleaning the ball here. Either Jess has felt a little bit of a kick with the previous pot, or there's a spot on it that she can see. It's just that dirty ball can
And
cause the ball
sometimes
to
you'll
jump.
see the players just do this to take a bit of a mental break.
Yep.
Ronnie will often get to 80 and get the cue ball cleaned, walk over and have a sip of water, and then come back and complete a 147, like shelling peas.
I don't think I'll ever have to worry about that. But
No, always remember to have a drink after you've taken the first 10 reds and 10 blacks, Julie. So opens them up. Bit
Oh,
more
that's-
lottery. Oh, unlucky there.
It's
Unlucky
unlucky.
there. And worse than that, she's left a walk-up start here for Lily. Now, Julie, you've been the reigning Australian national billiards champion.
correct.
And I hate to bring this up, until this week.
Correct. Yes, but you know, hats off to Lily. She just had the nerves of steel and just kept on methodical with her approach. Just kept on
Yep.
potting the balls when they needed to be potted. I missed a couple, and you shouldn't be able to get away with that at a national grand final. So I paid the price, but that just makes me a little bit hungrier for next year. But I also think it can be the difference between the nerves of a 52-year-old compared to the no fear attitude of a 16-year-old.
Well, that's right. Lily hasn't had enough mental scarring yet, has she?
No, correct.
She needs to be beaten up a bit more before she becomes tentative on the shots.
Definitely. But don't get me wrong. It hurt a lot. But you know, I'll
What's this?
go
Is
back
she
to the
just
drawing
trickling
board.
into the black?
Good safety shot.
Oh, that's terribly bad luck. You'd have to say the run of the balls has been with Jess so far.
Yeah, but Jess has had an in-off, and now Lil both in this frame, and we're only
Yep.
at 12 points each. So
Yep.
it's anyone's game, that's for sure.
She got away with that.
So
Lily coming around to look at this, see whether she's tempted by the fine cut. I mean, it has the advantage that it's a shot to nothing. The ball will come back up here to the balk end if she hits it fine enough. Look how
what
steady
an
that is.
amazing shot.
Look how steady that is. It's just
There, player of Lily's calibre and player of
The
my
rest of
calibre,
us. The rest of us.
I would never have taken that shot on.
No.
Not in a million years. And Lily just didn't have any second thoughts about it. It was
Yeah, having said that, I mean, the match position forces her, I think, to be a little bit more adventurous than she has been.
absolutely. That's a great shot.
That's a clever shot. She looks like she's got her comprehensively snookered. So Jess is looking off.
Just may be able to sneak the reds on the right hand side there very slightly, but the risk is leaving it open after that. No.
So she's trying the flick shot. Bad news for John. He's going to have to reset those because Lily will doubtless send Jess back in. Well done, John. That's close to it.
Excuse me. So while he's doing that, Peter, talk us through the initiative for the $1,000 from Billiards Australia.
Well, we just thought it was a good idea. I mean, Billiards Australia is just a group of supporters. We have no official role in the game, no governance, no insurance, no nothing. So essentially we'll just try and raise funds and plough it back into billiards tournaments. And what better place than the current hotspot of Q Sports, which is women's sports. I mean, there's an initiative from governments, both state and federal, to get women more involved in sport, and we think that's a great idea. Q Sports is the ultimate level playing field. Flick the red. Oh, a fraction of an inch there. So she'll attempt the same shot again because it's the right shot.
Yeah,
But yes, so our initiative was simply to say, come on girls, get your act together. You've got good enough cueists now to be making 100 break. You're a good enough cueist, Julie, to make 100. What's your best at billiards?
it's about 70, but the...
Okay, only 30 to go, my dear. 30 to go for $1,000.
Well, you know, if you look at it logically, if you can make a 10, you can make a 20. If you can make a 20, you can make 100. That's what my logical brain says.
Yeah,
Actually,
it doesn't
putting that
always
into
work that way.
practice is it's a lot different for shot after shot. And you know, anyone that plays Q Sports knows that while it looks easy, and the good players
make it look easy.
Particularly, you know, your good players like Steve
Gilchrist
Misford and Gilchrist and
Yeah.
Drew. They it's just. Some people
Different
even
game.
say that billiards is a little bit boring because they make it look so easy. But if you actually know how difficult it is, you be fascinated by it.
Yeah,
and
it is
And
fascinating.
the same with snooker. It's you know, these girls make those big shots look easy, but for you know
They're just not, are
the
they?
average
They're
players
just
like
not.
they're just not.
Yeah.
You know, they don't move a muscle. It's not like that for the majority of us.
I mean, you're looking straight down the barrel here of Lily's action. Have a look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just extraordinary.
Yeah.
Put a few more years of experience and, as we said, a bit more scarring on there, and she's going to be quite something. This girl, quite something, and I think very marketable. I mean,
Absolutely.
she's young, she's attractive, she's clean cut, she's got a great demeanour. I mean,
Yeah, she's got such a supportive family. Her mum's here watching. Last year, Nationals, her dad was there the whole time, and Stuart back home now will be watching, I'm sure. And
it's an impressive team, isn't it?
It is an impressive team. They all play as well.
Are they all as good as Lily, or is she? She win the game after Christmas dinner.
I don't know. Lenore was saying that yesterday that she makes up the numbers, and also I hope she doesn't mind me saying, said that Lily hates it when she says that because she can actually play apparently, but you know, we're all our own worst enemies. So, but it's just great seeing people play this beautiful game.
Yeah.
Snooker and billiards, they're both got their place, and you know, they both complement each other. So having them together at these nationals has been an absolute treat.
So can I just pay tribute to you, Julie, for all the work you've put in, especially for billiards, and and say how hard it is to both organise and play in a tournament. So you've done extraordinarily well, and the fact that you'd even made the final was a testament to both your organisational ability and your billiards ability. So, congratulations, well done.
It's very kind, Peter. We've actually got a really good team at VBSA with Alex Spyru, Tammy Lindrum.
It's an all-new team, isn't it?
It is an all-new team, and it's been incredibly busy for 12 months, and the next 12 months will be an interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but there is a lot of work that goes into organising these tournaments, and this year we've had the most tournaments. My understanding is that we've ever had in history, where there's a lot more grassroots tournaments with the George Gannon Billiards and the Harry Andrews Snooker and don't forget the Women's Invitational 147 that Cheltenham proudly hold. And on that as well, we played this tournament in Cheltenham Billiards and Snooker Club and Hampton RSL. Cheltenham are huge supporters of the women's game, and they always make sure that they make the rooms available for us to have these tournaments, but they also keep us fed and watered and really treat us like royalty when we're there, and that's on behalf of the whole club. And we're really, really grateful for that as women players. So big shout out to Cheltenham Billiards and Snooker Club.
Lovely shot there. So she was at full stretch but managed to stun pot a red into the corner and has come up and is now in prime position on the blue. She's just on the balk side of blue, so she can come down for these reds.
And those full stretch shots that usually make us look awkward just look
she's
natural
just so
on
elegant.
Lil. Yeah.
Young and flexible.
Exactly. To be 16 again.
Oh, you don't want to be 16 again. Oh, God, I was such a gawky 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Still a gawky 68-year-old, but...
Just while Lil's having a little bit of a walk around, just a bit of a shout out to a couple of our participants this year. We've got Yvonne Mahoney, who 80 years of age, didn't hesitate to sign up for this tournament this year. Good on you, Yvonne. It was I've known Yvonne for over 30 years, and I love seeing her come along to these tournaments. It's a bad luck miss on that, Lil, just caught the jaw.
Now, bookending that on the other end of the scale, you've got Mia Mashida, 13 years old.
13 years of age, and came all the way from Yarrawonga, I believe, is where they live, so right up on the border of Victoria and New South Wales. So they travelled a long way for this tournament this year. So,
yes. And she's got quite a pedigree, young Mia. Her mum, Samantha, was multiple times junior champion. And I think Mum Shirley and Uncle Adrian and, Sam's mum Shirley, they're all wonderful players in their own right. She's got a bit of history there.
Adrian's a very talented player in his own right with snooker and has won many major tournaments.
And just played Jimmy White on the World Seniors thing.
Yes, so it was...
at the Crucible.
And Adrian brought Mia to this tournament this weekend, so it was great to see that.
Clever shot there. Jess had to play that with left-hand side to swerve the ball and to kick into the reds, so lovely shot there.
Has she left herself on anything there?
I think she's maybe on the pink there. Looks like it. Not easy. It's into a closed pocket, but...
Is she maybe go for the yellow, for the double, or will she...
I think she can roll it in. She's
hard to see
playing
from
stun
this
here.
angle. What do I know?
Oh, yeah. What do we know?
What do
nothing.
I know?
Nothing. We know nothing. Pink spot's occupied. Is the black spot occupied? John thinks so.
Is.
It won't be occupied after this because that's the next red in sequence.
Where do you think that Jess will
I
go?
don't know. She can
try and position herself for the black. But
screw on and off the cushion into the same pocket.
playing very attacking snooker at the moment.
She is.
Jess she will not be happy
she's
with.
pressing the advantage. And this is exactly what she has to do. She's making it difficult for Lily to get back into the game because she's scoring every time she comes to the table. So it keeps the pressure on young Lily, who's going to have to pull off something good to get position.
What's the frame?
Good like that.
How many frames do they play over for this tournament, Peter?
I don't know, Julie. You're organising the tournament, not me.
It's
7.
best of 7, so
So
that's
this
where
is-
Jess can actually.
What do they call it in pool? On the hill.
I haven't heard that terminology.
Come on, you've heard that.
I've been playing pool a long time, and I've never heard that. But anyway,
It's standard fare in America. If you're on the cusp of winning, you're said to be on the hill. So if both players are about to play a deciding frame, in America they call it hill.
I haven't heard that. But
Hill.
just for the record, the pool that I play is English pool.
Okay.
It's a very different game to American pool, but yeah.
Oh, that's okay. 2 reds is okay. She really needs to do something here. 20 points adrift and 3 frames adrift. Does not want to be whitewashed here. That would not. Well, it might actually. This might be the mental scarring she's been waiting for.
Possibly. This the only downside to potting the 2 reds in that shot was that it's limiting her ability to get position on the next red. So
Yeah, she would have loved that red to just hang over the pocket, wouldn't she?
absolutely. She's
Interestingly, here
backing herself.
she's backed herself to make the long shot, or to just run for cover. She's playing that fine cut along the rail. That's outrageous.
She's given Jess a chance here now.
She has. So
Scores 43 to 13.
just plays red onto the
19.
red and tries to sit for the black, and ideally, in the perfect world, leave that red over the bag, but I don't think she can do that. She's going to hit the red in the pocket at an angle, and that's going to push the target red away from the pocket. Well played.
Just played that with bottom left-hand side just to hold that ball.
So looking at the angles to whether she needs to push through on and off the cushion or she can just hold. We can't quite see the angle from here, but she's got a choice of 2 ways to play this, depending upon where the white ball currently is. On and off the cushion it is. Perfect.
Left herself. Could not have been any more
So
perfect.
this is a match and championship winning opportunity right here, right now.
Just take the opportunity before just keeps on going there is to mention the workshops that the VBSA are running for junior snooker workshops. Just keep an eye out on vbsa.org.au for those up-and-coming dates.
So, Julie, if any of the ladies watching do want to get involved in the sport, who do they contact and how?
Sure. So keep an eye on vbsa.org.au also. But a great website to check out is one that I run myself, and I try and keep up to date with all the women's events, which is qsportsforwomen.com.au. And it's not just for billiards, it's for
Online
billiards,
shot.
snooker, 8-ball as well. Just trying to promote women's Q sports across the board. So just check it out. It doesn't matter what level, anyone's welcome, and you can drop me a line and you know, I'm happy to travel and catch up for a game sometime. And you know, I've been in the game for 32 years, and my passion is growing women's Q sports in Australia. So
Perfect.
you know, make sure you do. Don't just think you should or wish you should or anything like that. Actually do it. Drop me a line.
I'm sorry, I've misinterpreted the scores before. It was Lily that was ahead,
Correct.
and Jess is coming back, so the scores are now level.
Sorry for the confusion.
Read the
back home.
scoreboards, Peter. Read the scoreboards. Very focused now, Jess. Very focused.
Your words 24.
43 all, okay. Lily, time to shine. This is not an easy shot.
Just want to give a little bit of a shout out to Carly Tate here as well. Pete, you know Carly well. You've worked with
I
Carly
do,
on a
and
number of occasions.
Yep, she's a wonder. And, you know, to my mind, there are three heroes of women's cue sport in Australia: you, Carly, and Teresa Whitten. And I'm leaving Tammy off that list as well. She's also a hero, but not a player. But no, you're blessed to have a lot of great organised girls in the game now, and you know things can go ahead.
I was out of the sport. I was playing pool for 20 years, so I haven't been involved in billiards and snooker for between year 2000 and up to 2 years ago. And when I learnt, that's a terrific shot, Jess.
And
When
now,
I learnt and watched the amount of work that Carly and Teresa have been putting in over those years, I was envious and of just how much respect that they've got in the game and the amount of work that they put in, and I do try to emulate that with the little bit of work that I do. But yeah, it's really heartwarming to see.
it was a funny kind of a shot. It was neither fish nor fowl, that
Yeah.
one. It was. I thought she'd just play for the snooker, and then she hit it hard enough to make me think she was playing for the pot. So, not sure what that one was. So, does Lily attack or defend?
Attack, I think. Just hit it a little, just caught it a little bit too thick, and has left Jess
It's a hard
reason-
chance, isn't it? It's a big stretch, so she's going to have to reach for that cue extension again.
We hope everyone's enjoying the stream back home. We've
Yeah, please tell us where you're from and what you're doing and what your level of interest is, and we'll see if we can convince you to play some more tournaments next year. Uh-oh. No, it's all right. So 10 points ahead, 25 left on the table. Barring snookers. So just a safety here, trying to hide that white ball. Ooh. No, she went the pot.
Words 2.
So Lily has potted these balls today, close to the rail, very fine. She's taken them on without fear, so
It's
be interesting to see whether she'll do that now with at this later stage in the frame.
it's kind of all or nothing, isn't it?
It is a little bit.
Queuing over the black ball, not easy.
Tough shot from there. Very
Tough shot from there. If you're going to miss that one, you're best to overcut it, aren't you? That's it always goes safe if you overcut it. So a thick run through snooker here.
Seems about right. Or she didn't really want to connect the
She
brown.
did, and she wanted to go behind that. Still, hasn't left much here. She's maybe left the green, but there's no way of getting to the brown. So Lily's wondering whether it's even worth taking that. Oh, wonderful, wonderful
What a-
shot this.
What a great shot. Excellent connection on that.
Did she get the snorkel?
She did get the snorkel.
way
So
John Van Zanden is measuring everything up, it looks like she got it, but Jess thinks she can get around it with just with side. She can. And does she put her back in trouble?
yes, another snooker right
Yes.
back.
Yep. Easy to get out of, but that's not the issue. The issue is what Lily leaves after this.
So John's making sure he gets the markers on the walls or whatever it is that
Yes.
he's using to be able to
Align
put
the
the
balls.
balls
She
back
wants
where
to
they
come
were.
full ball behind this. She clipped it a bit fine. If you hit that full ball from behind, your ball stops dead and green travels up the table.
I suspect Jess will play a little bit safe here again, just to,
Well, there's a snooker on black here, isn't there?
yeah.
Just green goes almost straight up and down the table. Or she didn't see it that way. Thought she'd press the advantage while she has a chance.
Landed nicely on the brown if the pot had gone in, but definitely putting Lily under a lot of pressure now.
A lot of pressure. 2 cushions behind the black. No free ball, I think.
No free ball, but it was a foul and miss, so
It would be a free ball if any part of the green was obscured by the intervening black. So you have to be able to clip both sides of the green, so players considered to have been disadvantaged if they can't hit all of the ball after a snooker.
So I think that Lily can see the green, but the problem is if she hits the green, she's potentially going to go in off, which
Or leave it.
yeah, I think it's just too risky, which is why she's coming off the cushions.
Well, if she can see it full ball, then John will be keeping the score for foul and miss. She's only allowed 2 attempts if she can see it full ball. 2 attempts off a cushion. Otherwise, she has to, if she doesn't hit it on the 3rd attempt,
So when
the
you
frame
say
and match is then awarded to Jess.
when you say full ball, so
I mean, full in the face.
full in the face.
If you can hit it full in the face. Yep, that's the one. That was one she was playing. Very good there. I mean, Jess could take this on. It's about it's a 30%
What do you
shot.
think she will?
I don't know. She has been pushing the advantage all frame. No, decides against it. But look at this. Look at the nastiness here. Okay, I think this green is on. And she doesn't have to do a lot to end up straight on the brown. But from here, she does need a lot. Yep, lovely ball. Perhaps too straight on the brown.
Yeah, she might have left herself just enough angle
There's just
to
a bit of angle. Depends how hard she's prepared to thump it.
risky shot, and she'll know it for sure. It's a
For
lot
sure.
of pressure.
But I'm backing her to make it. So playing with topspin, so coming off 2 cushions. 1, 2. Yep, great shot from there. Now, very difficult blue, and the trouble with these blue cuts is that they tend to trickle into the pocket, and if they miss, it's over the middle bag. So pressure shot here, if she takes it on. And she does.
What a terrific
What a great shot. What a great shot.
Just really gutsy play
Oh,
from
yeah,
Lily
they're
here.
both so brave.
Lily would have known, or she'd have to have known that any missing shot would result in losing
The match.
and
the
yet has
title.
taken them on. Look at this.
Oh, look at this. What a brave finish this is.
This is guts and determination.
Yeah. How good is women's snooker?
This
hey?
is amazing.
How good is it?
Goosebumps.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Well,
if
what
you
can I say?
heard all the cheering in the background, we have a crowd here about. And welcome back to frame number 5. Jess leads 3 frames to 1. So,
What an exciting finish in the
what a
last frame
great
from
finish,
Jess. Just
from Lily.
guts. From Lily. Just guts in that frame was just
Yeah,
extraordinary.
10 behind, needed a clearance from an unlikely position and made it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, you don't get a much tighter to the ball cushion than that. So that's restricting Lily's options a lot. I think Jess has got her in some trouble here. She might not even be able to see an edge of a red.
It's back to that cat and mouse start of
Yeah.
a frame. It's nobody wants to let the other person in. So
Well, I mean, that's a fantastic shot from Jess to put her into this much trouble early. So trickling into them, doesn't want to leave one, left one. Got the wrong side of that little pair of balls.
yeah, Lily
hugging
won't be
each
happy
other.
with that.
She won't be happy with that. Oh, look at the stretch here. Oh, to be young again.
Yeah, exactly where she wanted to start
Yeah.
this off.
Yep. This gives you a lot of heart, leading 3-1. And a just off straight black. Just stun up for this next red into the same pocket.
Might have landed
Delicate
a little bit
shot. Yeah, she's
low.
a little low. She's a little low, but a delicate shot here. I'll
She'll
bring
come
it
up
up
for the blue.
Yeah. Oh, had it right, but
But
missed the
again,
pot.
we're
Now,
probably
Lily's-
a couple of shots ahead of ourselves as well there. Need to put the red first.
Yes. She's been a bit lucky there. The reds blocked the path for the black, which would have been Lily's next combination would be red to the corner followed by black. But the red that just missed is blocking that pathway.
I might make way for a little while, Peter, and just let Larry take my seat. Larry's our director of referees, and
Oh, look at this. It's going to go close.
yeah, bad luck, Lil. I'll just make way for Larry, and if he could come and give us a little bit of his time, that'd be really appreciated. So I'll be back.
Thanks, Jules. We're being joined by Larry Forgan, who is the director of referees at this tournament. Welcome, Larry.
Thank you, Peter.
Good to have you here. We were talking earlier. We were looking for a referee's opinion. The interpretation of the foul and miss rule here this year seems to be a little bit more. What's the right word? Liberal. Not everything is a foul and a miss this year. In the past, in some of these women's competitions, it seemed that everything was called a foul and a miss. You're taking a more measured or balanced approach this year by the look of things.
Well, I believe that's warranted. The essence of the rule is that the players must try to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
And for some, and not disparaging anybody, their ability is not the same as other people. And
Yes.
you must go on the ability of the player, not the
the
assumed
tournament.
ability of the
Yeah.
tournament.
I mean, I think viewers who watch the professional game get a little bit confused where everything is a foul and a miss. But in fact, the rule is more subtle than that, isn't it?
Absolutely, Peter, correct. There should be a lot more leeway for the amateur game, and
Yes.
sometimes it's overlooked.
Well, I mean, even in the pros, sometimes you look at these snookers and they call them, 6 and 7 times, and sometimes they're almost impossible to make. The shot isn't on.
Very true, and there is provisos in the rule that an impossible snooker should not be called as a miss.
Yes.
And some, as you say so rightly, are impossible.
Yeah.
And in that situation, they should not be calling a miss.
Was that a touch foul, was it? Okay. Did Jess call it on herself, or did John call it? She called it on herself. I mean, that's the kind of sportswomanship that is on display here. These players are calling fouls on themselves in the best traditions of the game.
And quite strange, actually, because
What do they say? No good deed goes unpunished. So Lily has tried to play a safety shot and run into trouble. Now Jess has the easiest possible stun snooker. Just tap the red and stun behind the green. Nasty, nasty, nasty. So tight she's cut off every angle going forward, so Lily is required to play balk end first.
And the
Makes it-
player I would expect to play touch fouls is actually Lily, because she cues.
She goes so close to that ball,
feathers
doesn't she?
so close.
It's like a millimetre away when she's feathering.
And when I was refereeing her earlier, I took a stance at right angles to her instead of being behind her,
Really?
because of how close she feathers to the cue ball.
Yep. So probably 4 cushions actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah. How good are they? How good are they? Yes. No. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Queuing over a ball. Yeah. Have no doubt about how good these girls are.
Right?
Not only are they producing great shots, they're also playing great strategy, and it's been a real safety balance, safety game, and match play, as Alec just said, it's match play.
A
Perfect
little
angle
shout
on
out
goal.
to John Van Zanden in his first ever grand final.
We did mention him earlier, Larry, for that reason. In fact, we said he was the least experienced person in the final.
I would agree with that, but I think he's stood up and done a magnificent job.
He
up to
has.
now.
He's done a great job. If Jess was to take this out, Lily's still had a pretty good weekend. She's become the first non-Victorian ever to win the National Billiards Championship for women, and runner-up here. That's not a bad weekend. That's not a bad weekend.
And the highest break, Peter.
And the highest break, Larry, you're right. Yeah, a little bit low, but she can play a stun for the blue or more colours. Just regroups there. Big breath in. She knows she's at a critical phase of the game where she can close this out, so she's wisely taking another second or so just to gather her thoughts and settle on the shot. Once she gets down, there'll be no movement at all. Big long action. So confident. Perfect for the blue in the middle.
And you have to say that Jess has got a fabulous action too. Nothing moves except her cue arm.
Just bumps the blue into position. And it's pretty much perfect. She's got a red just above the black. And she can can simply stun down on that. She doesn't have to do a lot with the cue ball. She just has to manage the pace because she's crossing the line of the red. Elected not to go that way. Just wanted it to come on another couple of inches to be on the balk side of the blue to come down onto the reds again. But not this time. Hard to see the next red from here. Yeah, blue off 3 cushions, maybe. We'll never know. We'll never know. Yes. So Jess is on the cusp of closing this game out. It's now or never for Lily. Oh, what a great shot. Just tickled a little plant into the corner like it was nothing.
Living over 1.
Looks like just a safety here. No, keeping it tight. Forcing Lily to make the running in opening the balls. So Larry, have you had any contentious refereeing decisions this week? He's looking studious, viewers. He's trying to consider what might be contentious.
There were a couple of missed calls that possibly I wouldn't have called, but as it is the opinion of the referee at the time, you have to go with what happened, and I don't think there was any complaints by anybody. Contentious would probably be a little bit too strong a word to use. Raised eyebrows, maybe.
So no cue throwing or... Okay.
No, I don't think anything was too untoward.
Oh, what a shot. Oh, what a shot.
1.
Beautiful stun pot. Leave it black with the right angle for the next red.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to speak to everybody, and I'll hand you back to Julie.
Alec points out this is match ball, meaning that Lily requires snookers from here. So, Julie, it's all coming down to this.
Yes, and you can see as the frames have gone on that Jess has just grown in confidence.
Sure has.
And having a 2-frame buffer is just makes all the difference too. So
Well,
now she can.
She'll be pretty happy with this result against Lily. Lily's been worrying her for the last few matches. I mean, Jess has knocked in a couple of 120 breaks in the last 12 months. So this girl can play, but Lily still worries her.
If she can get on that. I think Jess looks like she's going to try and pot it with a score line of 71-8. She's got the freedom where she can pretty much try anything now. Nails it.
And nailed it.
What a great shot.
And stuns across for a ball colour. I mean, how good is it? Stuff those little ones into a blind pocket.
Would have loved to have.
So now Lily's got a bit of a problem. There aren't enough points left on the table for her to win. So the question is, at what point, because she's not going to concede. Yeah, so she needs 4 snookers, 4-point snookers. So,
how's your maths, Peter? What's the point
well,
difference?
I was relying on Pon Alec, who's sitting beside me, and who said 13 the gap. So that's 4 snookers, 4-point snookers. Yeah, there'll still be a 13-point gap, even if she clears up everything. So she has to decide at which point she's going to play for snookers, and typically it's done with the 1 red left on the table, because that reduces the number of target balls. We're about to see the end if Jess can make this red onto red pot.
Just take the final opportunity to thank our sponsors, Latink.
Oh, not so. Don't give up just yet, Lily. Turn around.
Got Latink, Victorian Government through the Significant Events Grant, Alcox, CLNS, ABSC, Billiards Australia, BBSA, Strawn Superfine. I think I've covered everyone then.
Cheltenham Club, Hampton RSL, who've given up their tables for the weekend. Fantastic. Thank you, guys. So she's playing the...
All of the participants.
That's a good shot. But this has been the pattern for the whole game, is that Lily's been reduced to playing safety while Jess goes for them. Now I think she's got her again, has she? What's that look like there? I mean, this is curtains unless you can see this straight on. No? Hard to see this getting safe.
Just a nice soft spot. Yeah, well done, Lil.
Yeah, that's a super shot from
So
there.
Jess won her first Australian Championship in 2013, then won 2013, 14, 15, 16. Very talented Kathy Howden won it in 2017. Then Jess won it again in 18, 19, 22. And Lil beat Jess last year. And here we are again with Lily and Jess. So
Yeah.
very
It would have been a
commanding.
shock if it wasn't these two in the final.
It would have
Really.
been, and Jess has dominated this sport in the last decade. So it's great to see
Some
her bounce back
competition.
from last year. But you know, I don't think it's any surprise to anybody to see Lil here, and
She's just been a little bit off on those today.
and unlucky as well. Just a catch in the jaw slightly has been all the difference.
And the other difference is when Jess misses, she isn't leaving much, and when... All right, well, this is curtains officially now.
I think so, yeah.
Even if Jess was to miss, it'll be a handshake from Lily, I'm sure.
Just a quick shout out to Kathy Parishus, who has also dominated this game in
what a wonderful
the
player.
90s and 20s, 1990s and early 200s. So, and it looks like Jess is pretty much done here. So,
Julie, just a word about the players before we finish off here. Given the strength of these two players... Well done.
you might not get to finish what you were saying there,
I
Pete.
might not.
It's, congratulations, Jess. An amazing final. We will hopefully...
Do we have a camera that can face this way?
We will hopefully keep the stream on for the presentation.
Yeah. We might sign off. I was going to say what a credit to all the girls who enter this competition, knowing that Jess and Lily are in it.
Absolutely.
You know, that's
But
a great
the
credit to your
opportunity,
organisation.
the opportunity to play in and with these players was too good for these girls to give up that opportunity. So I thank everybody for coming along. I thank everybody for putting this stream together, and I hope to see more people playing next year. So thank you.
Well done, Julie.
Thanks, Pete, for sitting in
Pleasure.
and helping us out today as well.
Pleasure. Thanks.
Do we stay here?
Sorry.
Stay here.
Yeah, stay here. Just wait. John, can you?
Wait a couple of minutes.
Okay, if you can get me a camera, you're on.
Where do you want to do
So it faces the wrong way for me to present the trophy, so these people can see it sort of thing. So I'm trying to see if John's got a camera underneath, you just put it there, so that we can do it here facing that camera.
What?
So are you able to put the camera?
I'm going to try. Yeah.
Okay.
And the big government.
No, let him, John,
Well, I need to leave.
let's see if I can tick around. Thank you. Thanks, mate. John. Trying to speak to the boss. Josie, is this going to work?
You know what? It's not perfect. Yeah, let me just make sure.
Just likes to move, which is on her own, isn't it?
Sponsor, and Latin is another sponsor, state government. So we've got them up for their banners, but we don't have any representatives from them. So if you want to represent the trophies. It's having for billiards. So the snooker. Tammy doesn't know much about snooker.
So I was told by a very rowdy crowd.
Okay. Cole, Senior. Did you want to do the runners-up on behalf of the Cheltenham Club? Did you want to present the runners-up? Yeah. Cheltenham Club? Seeing as how we're at the Hampton, but you know, half of it was done at Cheltenham. So. Okay. Stand there, please, Ron. George, would you go and stand next to Ron's left elbow? It's showing a red light, not a green. So where do you want us to stand? In front of here or in front of there? Julie, would you like to be tournament director in the future?
No.
It's a great job. Look at the things you get to do.
Where you are is perfect.
Okay, thank you very much. Well done. Thank you very much, everybody. On behalf of the Victorian Billiards and Snooker Association and the Australian Billiards and Snooker Council, I'd like to thank you all for your attendance here. I'd like to thank the people who've been watching the streaming, and I'd like to have the presentation ceremony for the 2024 Australian National Women's Snooker Championship. Could I ask you please to put your hands together for our two competitors, Lily Meldrum and Jessica Woods. The VBSA, either through the Treasurer George Hoy, or if you send your bank details to the President of the VBSA at vbsa.org.au, they will make sure that into your bank goes the money that you are entitled to. So the runner-up today will receive $1,000 for being runner-up, and because she has also made the highest break, she'll be receiving $150 for the high break prize. Could I introduce, please, your runner-up, Lily Meldrum? Ron, can you pick up the trophy, please? Thank you. Stand this way, please, you two. Just before you hand it over, this is the first time ever that we've conducted a championship over two venues, and we're very pleased to be here at the Hampton RSL, and the Hampton RSL have been fantastic for us. But in the early days, there's a huge amount of the workload that was shared at the Cheltenham Billiards and Snooker Club, and I'd ask Ron Cole, as the President of the Cheltenham Billiards and Snooker Club, to present the runners-up trophy to Lily Meldrum. Thank you, Ron. Ron, could you stand there any longer so that we can get some photos, please? Lily, could you stand here, have your photo taken, and then we'll get you to give your runners-up speech.
Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
That's it. Okay, now you can stand there holding the trophy. Are you happy to give a speech, or would you like me to ask you questions?
Yeah.
Okay, right. In the whole of these 4 days, you've only played at Hampton, you never went to Cheltenham?
No, I was at Cheltenham for the first half of the billiards.
First half of the billiards, and the people at Cheltenham looked after you very well?
Yes, they did.
Good. See, this two-venue situation has worked well for us.
It has.
Good. In your coming down from Queensland, where have you been staying while you've been in Melbourne?
The Newman's house.
Ah, and did they look after you okay?
Oh, yeah. They did a very good job.
Well done, well done.
Yeah, breakfast in bed this morning.
Wow!
Yeah.
We are extremely proud of you and all your achievements, but we're especially pleased that you've made the effort to come down and play in this. As a defending champion, I know you wanted to do that, but as a competitor, all of us associated with Australian Billiards and Snooker love watching you play, and this has been an incredibly successful week for you. You've managed to win the billiards, and you've been runner-up in the snooker. You've made the high break in the snooker. I mean, the world is your oyster, okay? So what I'd like you to do is simply acknowledge the crowd, hold the trophy up for them so they can get their last photo, and say you'll be back next year. So does it break? This next lady is an absolute delight. She is one of the greatest sportswomen that this country has produced since the new millennium, because A, this is the 8th time she's won the Australian National Women's Snooker Championship. represented Australia on the world stage with great distinction. She is a fantastic ambassador for the sport, and as you saw tonight, she's the first one to commit a foul and tell you about it, etc. That's really what this game is all about. We love this game, but we love it more for the fact that people who play the game are great people. And I'd like you to put your hands together for George Taylor to come over on behalf of all Cox, one of our main sponsors, to present the winner's trophy to Jessica Wood. You need to stand there and get a number of photos taken,
Take some
guys.
photos, buddy. Sorry about that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, George, for doing the sponsorship. And Jessica, could you say a few words?
Well, you're not going to ask me anything.
Well, I could if that's what you want, but I know you're extremely capable. And she can talk.
I can talk well, that's for sure. Well, first off, I'd like to thank Julie for all the hard work you've put into the event. And also Carly and Teresa for helping Julie with all of the, reading. Thanks, Paul. Did a great job TDing, especially over 2 clubs. I didn't actually play at Cheltenham, but I did go there for a practice. And well, Ron was trying to get me to play a weird game called Billiards or something. Everyone seemed very welcoming. The girls said there was beer in the fridge, which is apparently
Awesome.
that's fantastic for everyone.
Makes for a great club.
And it's quite cheap beer too, so even better. I'd like to thank all the referees, all the helpers. Nev for picking us up every morning, wherever he is.
Yes.
And yeah, and to Steve for picking me up from the airport. I don't think he's here.
Hey.
I'd like to say well done to Lily. Had a very fantastic tournament as per usual. You're just going to get better, and I really look forward to playing more of these events with you, and maybe going overseas and playing the doubles together and things like that. So I'm really excited. And I'd like to thank the Hampton Club for being great all weekend, supplying us with. Well, I think Paul got the snakes. I've been eating them. I've eaten lots of snakes over the last 5 days. So thank you very much. And thanks to all the girls who show up every single year. It's not about me, it's about everyone who competes in these things, because if you don't have all the other competitors, these things don't go ahead. So just thanks for turning up every single year. And lastly, I just want to say well done to me. It's been a tough 12 months mentally, so this really means a lot. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Thank you very much. This is the last part of it. I'd simply like to thank all the organisers and all the work that's been done. Obviously, the Hampton RSL and Adam Meitner and all his teammates here, etc., have done a huge amount. Cheltenham Club were magnificent in sharing the load, etc. Ron was a great help to me personally, but he was a tremendous help to everybody. The second day that we were at Cheltenham, they laid on food all day for the women to be able to have it, because with the snooker, you don't know when you get a break between games, you don't know when you'll get something to eat, etc. So Ron came in and put on hot food in the warmer that kept us going all day. The drinks were provided to help us out, etc. Everybody who went to Cheltenham thoroughly enjoyed it, and that's in no measure due to the fact that Ron puts in the effort that he does, and all his members at Cheltenham were fantastic. We had volunteer referees. The VBSA have done a magnificent job in helping to host this event. That doesn't happen without a lot of people putting in a great deal of work. On my own bailiwick, I am totally indebted to Larry Forgan. Without all the support that he provides, I could not possibly do any of this job as tournament director. I'd also like to give a particular thank you to John Moss. He's not only come in and done the streaming with Josie and Mark helping him, etc., but he's also managed to referee a match while he was here. So that's no mean feat. Unfortunately, some of the time when he was looking after the streaming, Larry had to do the refereeing for him, so he's only getting half pay. But I'm sure Larry will look after him. The actual crowd that we've had here, both yesterday and today, has been magnificent. As Jessica said, this doesn't happen without all the people who volunteer to come down and be part of it, etc. It is fantastic to have, you know, the people that make the final and they're the best, and the ones who made the semis are the top four and all that sort of thing. But it's the people who come along and know that we really don't have any chance of making the final, but we come along because A, we love the sport, B, we want to support it and we want to support the people who do the work, and C, we love meeting up with our other friends. The camaraderie that exists at the National Women's Championships is beyond compare. It is absolutely magnificent. Any woman who can ever hold a cue should volunteer to be at the next one. And anybody who has any interest in billiards and snooker should come along and watch the next one. And the people that play this game are fantastic, and the women who play this game are absolutely brilliant, and we are very grateful to have had their involvement. We're incredibly amazed with the fact that we've got larger numbers than we've ever had. That causes a problem in its own right. How many days will I allocate next time? But these things don't happen without a lot of work, but they come about because of the love that people have for the game and the respect and appreciation they have for each other. So thank you very much to everybody who's been here this year. We look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you very much.